Hello, I'm Deborah Sword. Today I pay tribute to Matthew Bellis, who died this month, too young at 49. He was someone so worth knowing and whose qualities were so worth copying that people in two countries held memorial services for him. Here are three conflict competencies that Matt had in abundance. His maxim was ask good questions, learn something new, and be kind to everyone. Matthew was a school principal who greeted the students every day with that line: ask good questions, learn something new, and be kind to everyone. Let's apply his three maxims to conflict competence. First, ask good questions. The fundamental skill for managing conflict is communication. Sometimes communication is interpreted as persuasion or information sharing or social interaction. It's all those and much more. To resolve and manage conflict, you want to understand what your opponent sees, feels, believes, and thinks. Commonly, we assume or infer what an opponent thinks or feels, and we could be wrong. The better way is to ask your opponent good questions that reveal those values, core interests, perspectives, worldviews, fears, hopes, and concerns that make your opponent believe something other than what you believe. When you ask good questions, your opponent's answers will open useful channels of communication, and you'll also increase your conflict competence. To test your good questions, set a goal to pay attention to one interaction a day. It can be ordering coffee to go or calling a service desk because you're frustrated. The question you were asked at the coffee counter: what would you like? Or at the service desk: how can I help you? Did the person make you feel like they were doing you a favor? Or were they interested in your needs? You may think you know how that person feels, but you won't know for sure unless you ask. Everything else is an assumption. You might be very intuitive, but that person might be hard to read. Matthew's second maxim: learn something new. As you'd expect from a school principal, he was about learning. But Matt not only pairs learning with good questions, he makes it your deliberate decision to learn new ideas, to stretch yourself, to expand your worldview. In conflicts, we tend to hold tight to our positions, beliefs, and desired outcomes. I'm right, you're wrong, and that either or thinking. If you follow Matt's example, you learn the reasons your opponent believes you're wrong. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. The important thing is that you learn the reasons your opponent holds a view and opinion different than yours, why that person believes your view and opinion are wrong, and also believes that the issue is worth fighting over. As you learn something new, you develop greater conflict competency, and then that new knowledge can make you more conflict competent. That's a learning feedback loop. As you learn about them and their reasons for the conflict, you learn about your reasons for the conflict, and you learn conflict competence. Third, Matthew's signature line was be kind to everyone. I likely don't have to explain the positive impact that being kind has on your sense of well-being and belonging. I'll skip the neuroscience and the psychology of kindness that shows the many benefits that kindness brings. Kindness is also a conflict competency. Kind people are considered more likable and attract fewer conflicts. Here's a concluding conflict competency tip. When you ask questions until you understand what your friends, loved ones, and family see, feel, believe, and think, you learn about those close to you, and you strengthen those relationships even the ones that aren't being strained with conflict. Thank you for listening. I hope you'll subscribe, like, share, and leave comments. What topics would you like us to discuss to add to your own conflict owner's manual?